What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the late night stream. This is something new that I wanted to do for everybody that can't really tune in to the usual live streams, whether that's because of a scheduling issue or just maybe you are in a different country. So this is kind of what you'll get with these live streams. It's just gonna be me kind of talking, and we're gonna go through some live chat, some questions. If you guys are here, ask your questions. And like I said, I'm not expecting too many people today. But if you are here, tune in. Let me know what's going on with you, and we'll go through some deals. See if there is anything for you guys that you can pick up. If you guys are in the market for a TV, there's a lot of deals out there. Black Friday deals are kind of out there right now. So Samsung's one of those that's doing it right now, and you can see that the Neo QLED is on sale. The QN90A 55 inch is $12.99. I think that's one of the better deals out there right now. And it's absolutely going to be one that you're going to want to check out. So let's take a look at this right now. Let's see. Make sure everything is working here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so say hello if you are watching. Like I said, I probably expect maybe 10 to 15 people, but this is a good time to get your questions in if you are one of those 10 to 15 people watching. Like I said, I just wanted to do something different and test out these late night streams. It was a little bit of a short notice. So this is really just going to be the test run. In the future, I will schedule it ahead of time so I can get everybody that wants to come to show up. And yeah, I know that sometimes you guys can't make these streams. So I usually stream at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Friday. And a lot of you guys saying that's too late for you if you're overseas. And then some of you are working during that time. So I totally understand that. I used to work in the daytime all the time. So I never had time to catch anything that I wanted that happened in the day. So totally get that. As we're looking through some of these sale prices here, I think some that stick out to me is definitely, like I mentioned, the QN90A. Look, the 85 inch, if I had room for an 85 inch TV, I think this is the one I would probably get. Those looking for a 55 inch, the 55 inch is $12.99. Like, that's a good deal as well. Of course, the LGC one is going to be $12.99. That's not on sale yet, but between those two TVs, I think that's a really good deal, $12.99 for a 55 inch. And then the 65 inch is $20.99, which is a bit expensive in my opinion when you factor in that you can get the A80J for $17.99 at the 65 inch size. So for the 65 inch, I was hoping for a little bit more of a price drop than that. And then the 75 inch at $25.99, it's not that bad. That is not that bad at all. So another one that is pretty interesting to me is the QN85A. It is IPS panel, but for the most part, it's not too bad. And for $10.99 at a 55 inch, there's worse TVs out there for that price. So I do think that is one of the better values for sure. And at 65 inch, I don't think that's a great value. But for the 55 inch, that is definitely a good value. And then as far as the 8K models go, I still think they are a bit too much, but they're starting to get a little bit cheaper. I know there was some people waiting for the 85-inch QN 900A to drop a lot, and for $54.99, maybe that's affordable to some people that were looking for that TV, and hopefully maybe that's the TV that they were looking for. So, yeah. If you guys are in chat watching me right now, I see 8 people are watching, 10 people watching now. Go ahead and say hi. Ask your questions if you have any. And like I said, it's just going to be a really short stream, most likely, if people aren't going to ask the questions. I'm just testing this out and seeing when people are on for the overseas and for people that usually can't make the streams. So, yeah. Type something in chat and I'll be able to answer your questions if you have those questions. And yeah, we'll go from there. I have a few questions that I can get to that people have asked me that I haven't answered yet. That's something that I will do in a future video for sure. So anybody leaving comments and wondering why I'm not responding, that is why it is very, very crazy out there right now in the comment section. So I'm trying to get answers to everybody. I see Vamps TV is here. What's up, Vamps? Thanks for stopping by. Um, you are the only one that typed so far. Late night with KG, yeah, man. Esteban, the QN900A price is very competitive. I agree. Like, if you are looking for that TV, it's not bad. 32.99 for the 65-inch, so that's a savings of 1,700. But like, I think 85-inch is the one that a lot of people told me they were looking at. So yeah, that's not a bad price if that's what you're looking for. What's up, Esteban? Good to see you here. I can't see the names of everybody in chat right now, but there's 9 people. It's about what I expected, to be honest with you. I did not expect more than 10 people to show up to this. I just wanted to test this, and I wanted to test some other things with my camera settings and everything else. So like I said, this is gonna go unlisted most likely, but I thought I would say hi to everybody that is here. Here's a question. He says, I'm in between the LG C1 and the A80J at 77 inches, mostly going to be using it for movies and streaming. I heard the C1 doesn't have DTS. Which would you recommend? Are you doing any gaming at all? If you're not, I would probably lean towards the A80J 77 inch. So far, that is one of the best TVs that I've seen for movies and streaming. I think that is a really good TV. I love reality creation. I think that's a really cool thing. And yeah, for the most part, that's probably the way I would go with that is the 77-inch A80J. Let's see. Yeah, and then there is another sale going on for, let's see what Samsung is going on here. Then we got Sony, of course. Sony is pretty much going to be the same stuff that we've seen, though. So I'm going to go ahead and share that. Let's see. I'm actually getting ready to record the Bose 900 versus Sonos Arc video right now. I have all my script written up for that, and I'm about to record that in a little bit. That's going to be really cool to see what people think of that video, because those are the 2 soundbars that I've been looking out for personally, and I was excited to finally try them. I want to try the 950A as my next soundbar, but it seems to be sold out where I'm at, so I'll keep an eye out. I'll try to get one, but for right now, that's not happening. Let's go to this Sony screen here. Add that. And then we'll see the Sony TVs that are on sale is the A80J. Looks like they went up in price. That's weird. I thought they were still the same price, but I guess not. I know the X90J dropped. This is going to be a decent deal for people looking for a mid-range TV. I wouldn't even say mid-range. I'd probably say entry-level to mid-range. And then the 55-inch is $9.99 for that, and then $11.99 for the 65-inch. I think that's a really good deal for the most part. And I wouldn't be mad if people were like, that is one of the ones I'll pick up. I think that's a good deal. And then $15.99 for the 75-inch X90J. That's pretty cool as well. Let me get into chat here. QN900A is where the big savings are at for the 85-inch. Plus it's 8K. So you really need that big size to see. You know, that's something actually I want to see for my own self one time is 8K, like a native 8K image on a big screen like an 85-inch. I would love to see that. I think that would be really cool to see. So yeah, that would be really, really cool. I didn't hear that the 97-inch is that a 97-inch OLED next year to top the 83-inch. That's huge. That's going to be an expensive TV. That's going to be a really expensive TV. And then Sony X90J is going for 1,000 and 12,000. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now, and I think that those are pretty good deals, to be honest with you. Even the 75 inch isn't a bad deal if you're looking for a 75-inch TV. I do really like TCL, the 6 series so far. I picked that up myself and I got a price match on that. So I got the 55-inch TCL 6 series for $675. That's pretty good. And I'm liking that a lot so far. Is there a difference in picture quality and brightness between the 48-inch and 55-inch LG C1? Not that I'm seeing. I'm not noticing any difference in brightness. I will say this about the picture quality for the 48-inch. It does appear to be like it is a clearer image, and I think that's more just because it's a smaller size and you're getting a better pixel density in that sense. So that's one thing that I do like about the 48-inch C1 that I have, and I think it is very, very clear. And so far, I like it a lot. So I think that's one thing you'll notice if you go from a 55-inch to a 48-inch. It's smaller, but it will feel like it is a clearer image overall, I think. So if you're somebody that sits closer to it, I recommend getting a 48-inch over a 55-inch if you're going to be able to dictate where you sit. And Dave coming through as Hisense 55-inch H9G or U8G for movies, 4K streaming via LAN, Ethernet, and OTA broadcasts. No gaming, mostly interested in the color vibrancy and pop and 3D dimensionality. Okay, so for these, I think that the U8G is going to be slightly better than the H9G. It's very close. And I think that for the most part, it will be a really good TV. I think the only thing I didn't like about the U8G was gaming, but since you said you're not doing gaming, I think, yeah, that's a fantastic one to do it on. And I think the U8G is better than the H9G in the movies and streaming department. How are the black levels on the TCL 6 series? Actually pretty good. The black levels on the TCL 6 series are pretty good, to be honest with you. One thing that I really liked about the TCL 6 series, for the most part, the black bars when you watch movies, they're pretty good in comparison to what you can get in that price range. I think it's the best of all of them. So for me, the black levels are really good. They did a really good job with the mini LED TV for TCL. There's minimal blooming with that TV, and yeah, I really like it a lot. I like the TCL 6 series a lot. I'm talking about the R646, the newer one, the one with the Google TV. That's the TCL 6 series that I'm talking about. All right, let's pull up Best Buy really quick. This is a good place where I looked for all the sales and stuff. I understand that some of you might not have a Best Buy, and I'm not sure what's going on with the TV sales if you're in another country. Let me know what's going on with the TV sales over there, or if there is any TV sales. Because I have a hard time looking this stuff up. I had tried to look some of the stuff up, and it's all over the place. I gotta say, I couldn't find any deals. So I don't know what's going on with that. Let me pull up Best Buy here. I wish that I could just do this where I could share the screen without having any issues. All right, here we go. So I'm going to pull up Best Buy. This is a good place to look at all the TVs that are on sale. What do you guys think of the Neo QLEDs? I think they're really good for the most part. Not the Neo QLED, sorry. What do you guys think of the LG QNED? Obviously, the Neo QLEDs are good, but what about the QNEDs? They're dropped in price quite a bit, and some people might even say they might be worth it. Let's see. 75-inch, $21.99. It's not terrible. Let's see, 65-inch for $15.99. I think at that point though, like you're looking at A80J for $17.99. That's just such a better deal. And then 75-inch 8K 99 series QNED. So the QNED 99 for $34.99. That's not terrible, but yeah. 86-inch for $44.99. What's the 86-inch for this one? $29.99. I don't know. Yeah, I've heard mixed results about this. The Neo QLED. Sorry, the LG QNED. So Dave, these are going to be pretty much the same. From the H9G to the UAG, there's not really an improvement of upscaling at all. That's the first I've heard of that, Mivamps, but that's one thing that I find really interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with the QD OLEDs. I hope they're affordable, but it doesn't sound like they'll be affordable if that's what they're kind of quoting at with the rumors. Kind of unfortunate. I was hoping for something that was at least consumer level affordability. Let's see though. I mean, I don't know. I really am curious about that TV and I can't wait to cover it. So I hope I get to see it at least somehow. Let's see. Oh, and so back to your question, I didn't see the second part. Do I think it's going to go down any further? I don't. So a lot of these are going to be what they say the Black Friday price guaranteed. And you'll see that on the Sony as well. It says that. So they're pretty much guaranteeing that it's not going to drop for the rest of the year with some of these prices. So if you see this on Best Buy's website, if you are in the US and you see Black Friday prices guaranteed, that means that they're not going to drop anymore for the rest of the year. So that's something that I want to make sure that's clear to everybody, that if you have a TV and you have the funds for it, just grab it, because it's not going to get any cheaper the rest of the year if you have this Black Friday prices guaranteed sticker on it for Best Buy specifically. Hey Jack, how's it going, man? Good to see you here from the UK. That's awesome. That's kind of my goal of this stream, was to try to hit people that normally don't get to tune in due to the time and stuff. So really great to see new people popping in to the chat. Pretty sure you've been here before, but in general, though, I want to see more people that I've never seen before pop into the chat. So the catch is price guarantee is only applicable to the November 26th. It might go down further, but not much, maybe 50. But then the other catch is, if you buy it at Best Buy, for the most part, you have an extended return policy for the holiday return policy. So if you buy it at Best Buy, you are good until like January, I think, with the returns. And so the only price match they won't do is on Thanksgiving Day and the day after Thanksgiving. So the way that works, though, with TV manufacturers is, for the most part, you're not going to see TVs just drop on those 2 days. So you are covered for the most part. And I think that I'm pretty confident in saying that, having seen these sales year after year after year, that's usually how it works. So I think you'd be pretty comfortable buying a TV right now if you have the funds for it. All right, let's pull this one up. Actually, let me move this so that it's all right. It's kind of funny how I look at the QN900A other day, 85-inch, yet own a A90J 83. That's pretty crazy. But might have FOMO from my G9 Neo, seeing how much better Neo QLEDs handle color volume. Yeah, that's true. Like, there's no doubt about it. With that sense, you're definitely gonna get a brighter image overall, and then better color volume overall. I would love to see the 83-inch A90J next to a QN900A. I would love to see that. Like next to an 85-inch QN900A. I would love to see that. Review for the tube. What's up, man? Thank you for stopping by. Hey, this is way more people than I thought. There's 20 people, 24 people in the chat right now at midnight. It's pretty good. Awesome. Good to see everybody. I can't see chat though because like my microphone's bumping it. Let me move this window a little bit. And let me move this. All right. So let's go through some more TVs while we look for things to say in the chat. Here we go. Here's a question about the A80J. This is one that could still drop. There's no guarantee that it will, but for the A80J, will it be cheaper in January, or do you think that you should just wait till 2022 for new OLEDs? Typically you'll see cheaper prices in February, March for these TVs. That's when you're gonna see the lows on them for sure. And they're only a little bit lower than Black Friday typically. However, when you are getting into that territory, it's sort of unknown and you don't know exactly if the price is going to be lower than Black Friday or if it's going to be even higher, because last year with some of the Sony OLEDs, they actually went up in price. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. But I do think the A80J might drop a little bit more. At least the 55 inch. The 55 inch seems like it should drop to compete with the LG C1. So I would hope that the A80J 55 inch drops to compete with that $12.99 price on the LG C1. And for the 65 inch, I think both LG and Sony will probably stick with that $17.99 price tag. It's just such a good deal. Like for a 65 inch OLED, $17.99, it's just a really good deal. But that said, if you are going to buy a TV, remember that you do have that extended price from Best Buy, the holiday return policy. Let's see. Hey, what's up, JM? Awesome. Another person from the UK. Appreciate you answering questions, by the way. I think you're best around. I think you're the best around. Thank you. I appreciate that. And it was the 77 inch. Nice. Cool. For the 77 inch, $3,000 is what it's at right now. I don't know the price in the UK, what the price equivalent is in the UK, or if it's even on sale in the UK. I had a hard time pulling up the prices. Where's the best place I can look for prices in the UK? Because if I could do that, then I could do a little bit more research on the matter before I go live. And then that way I can kind of vibe with you guys on what the prices are. So for the most part, I don't know what's on sale on the UK right now. I can only go on what's in the US. All right, let's see. $32.99 at Costco. It's not bad. Let's see. Pull this up really quick. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works with the price conversion. I'm not sure if that's a good deal or not. Let's see. Do they typically drop any more than that? What's the lowest you've seen a 77 inch go over there in the UK? Let's see. All right. So out of all these, other than the A80J and the A90J, is there any other TV that didn't go on sale? Oh, and the LG C1 that's not on sale just yet either. But other than those, are there any other TVs that didn't go on sale yet? I wonder. I'm honestly a little disappointed in some of the other prices that dropped. Some of the lower end stuff I was hoping dropped more in price, because it's still a lot of that stuff is kind of outclassed by TCL right now. But I guess nobody really expected that big price drop on the TCL 6 series. That was pretty good. I was happy to get $250 back in my pocket for that one. So that was cool. Um, LG G1 prices, they're a little bit higher than I wanted that to be too. I don't know why they didn't drop more. And it says Black Friday prices are guaranteed on that one as well. So that looks like that's what it's gonna be. Let's see. I pull up my I have price predictions that I wanted to look at and see if they were kind of spot on or not. Bear with me for a second. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so I had the QN98 at $13.99 for the 55-inch. That's actually cheaper. It is cheaper than what I said it was, so $12.99. I said the 65-inch should be $17.99. It's $20.99. I don't know why the 65-inch is so much more expensive than the 55-inch. Like there's such a big gap. It's unfortunate. And then the C1 I said would be $13.49. It's gonna be $12.99. So I was $50 off on that one. And the 65-inch I said would be $16.49. It looks like that one's gonna be $17.99. 77-inch C1 I said would be $28.49. It looks like that one's still about $3,000. I wouldn't be surprised if that one dropped some more though. And then the A80J, I was pretty spot on with those, except for the 55-inch, which still didn't drop in price yet. So, and then the A90J, I don't know what's going on with that, or if the price is going to drop on that. A lot of people seem to think it's not going to drop. I kind of share that same sentiment. Is I don't know if it'll drop. This is a good question. The X95J is another one that kind of didn't really drop. So let's look at what the X95J is right now. So pull out X95J, because this is one that I feel like is a little bit overpriced. It came out a little too expensive in my opinion, and hopefully it does get a price drop. So yeah, it would have to drop a little bit more. I know that I've seen the 65-inch for $17.99 recently at the PX, and then that went up in price. And the 75-inch was $24.99 for a couple of days at Best Buy. So I would imagine like maybe the $24.99 was the price that we're gonna get for that, but I'm not sure. I assume you were talking about the 75-inch though, right? For 2.5K. It's a good point, Vamps. Typically, they don't really drop the Master Series for the A90J at least. Yeah, I would hope it is. I hope it drops because for the most part, it's a little expensive. When you compare it to everything else that's out there, I do think the QN90A is a better deal. Like this 85-inch QN90A for $32.99, that's a really good deal. And then the 75-inch for $25.99, it's not too bad. But I think that the monster deal is definitely the 85-inch. Yeah, it's weird. They for some reason don't want to drop the price on the X95J. Yeah, those prices are still gonna happen. It's just gonna not happen until I think October 27th is the date. So yeah, it'll drop in price. Last year I think it was around 12.99 or 13.99 as well for the CX for the C10. So yeah, I expect the same price. I appreciate it, JM. Appreciate the love, man. I just like talking talking TV sometimes, and being able to communicate with the viewers is awesome. I think it's really cool. So I just wanted to make sure that anybody who's really not in chat much, can't make the streams, now's your chance, to say what's up. I'll try to do this every month at least, and yeah, that's my late night stream, I guess. Um, what would be interesting? Maybe for one of these, I'll do like a little bit of a podcast style, where I'll have some topics to go over, because since I do think a lot less people will probably watch late night streams until they start catching on a little bit. And I think maybe I'll just have more to go through, because otherwise there's a lot of dead air. And I apologize for that, but I just want to make sure everybody gets their questions answered, that they don't really get a chance to get questions answered. Or I could try to pull up a bunch of questions that need to be answered in my comment section. So maybe they would appreciate that. I don't know. Just playing things by ear. So that's just how I feel about that. What do you guys think about the soundbar coverage that I've been doing? You guys into soundbars? It's one thing that I've always been into, and I have no idea why I never covered it before. But soundbars are one that I really, really want to start doing some more of, because I really like sound. And I have a background in sound engineering and music producing. And they're starting to do more spatial audio with Dolby Atmos for music as well. And I'd love to cover that kind of stuff. So this is a one that I have my eye on. It seems to be out of stock every time I look. The Q950A. I want to try out the Q Symphony and see how that does. I know, Vamps, you said you have Q Symphony working with your um, G9, so, and you like it. That's cool. Yeah, I think so. I think variety is good. I like to cover multiple things too, so that's always been my goal with the channel, is kind of cover the things that I want to cover first and make sure I'm doing right by me. And as long as some people are interested in it, that's cool. Like views and stuff, like views are cool, but that's not the main focus of the channel. It's more just about helping people. So that's always been my goal. It's one thing, like when I worked at Best Buy, I kind of loved working there. Until the managers made it not fun, because the managers kind of push you to make sales that you don't really want to make, because a lot of people don't need those TVs. And it's like some people, the managers tried to make you sell an OLED to everybody, but not everybody needed an OLED. Not, some people would have been just fine with like a TCL 5 series. And so like that got kind of annoying. So that's kind of why I got rid of that job. And I switched to being Geek Squad over at Best Buy, and that was a lot of fun too. But yeah, I love helping people. Helping people make a decision on TVs. I know how hard it is. Like I still go through dilemmas with TVs, so it's always good to have a like third party kind of talking you through this. So I get it. I get it. So let's see. Is the Sonos Arc still in stock? That was a pretty cool soundbar, honestly. Not bad. That's still out of stock too, man. Oh, it looks like it's back in stock. It's back ordered though. Oh, you can get the white one though. But it's only for pickup. And no, I'm not in Hollywood. That's just a default thing. Does Best Buy make more off of OLED sales or something? I saw that from Geek Squad guys trying to sell more OLEDs than Samsung Neo QLEDs. No, they don't make more from it. It's just this mindset that OLED is the most expensive thing most of the time for people, and that's what they want to push on people. Beforehand, like it was the case where OLED was a lot more expensive than most of the QLEDs, but now it's pretty even. They're about the same price. But when I worked there, OLEDs were a lot more expensive, and they really tried to push people on that. They were like, if you're not trying to push OLED, you're not doing your job. It's the newest technology. It's the best technology. You got to push it on to everybody. And I'm like, not everybody needs it though. Like that's just so wrong. So I get it. I mean, I show them. I said like, this is OLED. It looks cool, right? And most of the time, it blows their mind. But they're like, I don't know if I need that, and I don't know if I can afford that. And I was like, okay, well here, check out this X900E. It's pretty good. And most of the time, I sold the Sony X900Es a lot. Those TVs were pretty good. Or was it the X900F? One of those TVs were really good though. Um, the TCL 5 and 6 series were always really good sellers as well for me. Is it me or does picture quality diminish from 77-inch to 83-inch on OLEDs? I was toying between a 77-inch A80J and a 83-inch C1, but I found the picture quality to look better on the A80J. I barely game, by the way. I haven't seen it, so I can't really say. But Vamp says it's more the XR chip than the size. So I would probably say that's true because when I had the C1 next to the A80J, and people called me Sony shill for saying this on my side by side, which is hilarious. But I swear the A80J was just clear, and it's clear in my video too. Like it's just clear, because of things like reality creation, because of the XR chip. The clarity is just going to be better on the A80J than the C1 for the most part. Now, in terms of just like overall picture quality, they're pretty even, but it is a clear image for the most part. So I do think that's something that Sony has going for them. And I love reality creation. Like I think reality creation is awesome. For those on a budget, which of the following TV is better, the Hisense U6G or TCL 5? And which is the better budget soundbar, the Alto 8i or the Vizio M Series 2.1? So for soundbars, I haven't heard the Alto yet. For Vizio soundbars, they're decent. For the most part, I think they're a decent bang for your buck. And it is good to add that kind of soundbar onto TVs like that because those TVs definitely need it. For me, I'd probably lean towards the TCL 5 series. I just think that that's like a tried and true, and the 546, I haven't seen it, but I've seen the 646, and Classy tells me the 546 was really impressive. I think that that's where I would lean. I typically liked the U8G less than I liked the 646, so I wonder if that translates to the U6G and the TCL 5. I'm not sure. I haven't seen these two TVs. I'm just kind of spitballing on what I think is maybe the case. They're probably really even though. I don't know how many HDMI ports the TCL 5 series has, but I know the U6G only has 3 ports. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I might be wrong on that. Thanks for the question, by the way. Hey, Ryan, what's up? Just tuning in now. Have you covered anything about the HT-A9 system with the sound, with the SW5? Just got the 77-inch A80J. Nice. Congrats on the A80J. That's a great purchase. I haven't covered the A9 yet. Nope. We could talk about the A9. I think that for the most part, the thing that worries me about the A9 is that it doesn't come with the subwoofer. And for the most part, it's probably fine. Because I think about it in comparison to like a Sonos Arc or the Bose 900. Those don't have subwoofers. You have to get that separately. So I wonder how the base is in comparison to those as a standalone unit. And Brandon is trying those out, be the installer. So I'm going to ask him to try out the Sonos Arc by itself with the A9 by itself and just kind of give me what gives you the better bass. Because there's going to be a lot of people that buy the A9, but they don't want to put any more money into a subwoofer. And rightfully so, it's a really expensive system. But for the most part, I think if you can afford it, I would definitely get it with the subwoofer. And everyone's saying that you got to get the other Sony subwoofer. So can't remember the model names. Let's pull it up. So this is the SAS W5 300 watt. And then the other one is the 3. So yeah, the 5 is the one everybody says to get. And I would imagine that's a pretty awesome system. Everybody is raving about the A9. I haven't gotten a chance to try it yet. Is it the HT A9? Let's see. I don't know why I can't get the pop-up. Isn't it the HT A9? Something like that. Why am I blanking on this? HT. Anybody in chat want to help me out with that model number? I don't know why I can't get the pop-up. There it is. HTA9. I guess it just didn't pop up because it's sold out. And yeah, it's still sold out. So still can't get that or the 950A. And that's kind of one thing that worries me a little bit about what's going on with the sales and Black Friday. I think, man, we're going to have a lot of stock issues and I'm worried about it. I'm really, really worried about that. So I thought the live notification was an error. It's not an error. I'm just trying to go live for people that normally can't make it to these streams. Just trying it out. 30 people here, which is kind of impressive, to be honest with you. I was thinking like maybe 10 people. So, yeah, it's cool. Let's see. Why do stores only show 4K videos on OLED TVs and no cable or over-the-air broadcasts? For the most part, it's just like what stores have to do. They're instructed to run these demos that are supplied to them. You can ask like employees to hook up the over-the-air stuff to it, and in some cases they will. So you just have to ask the people that are there to try to hook it up. Sometimes there's restrictions in place where they'll say, look, no, you can't do it. But I've gotten so many people ask me that if they could show them cable when I worked there. And I showed them, and I had no problem throwing it on there. So I don't know if anything changed from that, but yeah. I would just ask the store employees that if they can hook up their feed. Because for the most part, they have an over-the-air feed. But I know some places don't, so. And you want to display what's going to look good for everybody to see. And typically that's going to be 4K videos. But I understand why you would want to see more than 4K videos, right? Because like the majority of what a lot of people watch is not in 4K. Got it from Costco in Canada. Nice. Wait, the Costco sells the HTA9? Because my Costco doesn't. Value Electronics has an allocation coming up. Discount if purchased with the sub for the HTA9 according to FOMO. Nice. That's cool. It's good for anybody looking to get that HTA9. I want to get it, but I don't know if that I would keep it. Just because I'm still like trying to search for just the perfect sound solution for my setup personally. And I'm thinking it's probably going to be the Samsung Q950A because I do have a Samsung TV as my main movie watching TV. So I wonder how Q Symphony is gonna sound, not taste. I wonder how it's gonna sound. Because I hear good things about Q Symphony, and I know you can do that sound center channel with the A80J, and that's supposed to sound good as well for the HT-A9. A lot of unknowns, a lot of unknowns with this system for me, because I gotta hear it with the subwoofer, and then I gotta hear it without a subwoofer. I don't know how realistic that is for me, but I hope it is. Hey Michael, I'm working on the video tonight. I hopefully want to get it out tomorrow, but no promises. If I can't get it out tomorrow, that means I probably hit a snag, and then in that case, I don't get to work on it for the next 2 days. So I would say if it's not out tomorrow, expect it on Saturday, maybe Friday. But I'm gonna shoot for tomorrow. Any idea why the UK doesn't stock the A90J? Costco doesn't stock the A90J here either, so I'm not sure. I think they just have certain models they think more consumers would be interested in first. I do find it weird because last year the Costco didn't cover they didn't carry the Q90T as well, and this year they do. They carry the QN90A, but last year they didn't carry the Q90T. So, oh hey, Classy, what are you doing up, man? What's up? How's it going? Good to see you in here. Look, man, I don't know how we got 33 people in this chat at 12:46 a.m., but it happened. So thank you to everybody that's here. It's wild. Let's see. I'm reading. Yeah, I'm trying to splurge on the A9 system with the SW5 sub. I think it will have the most seamless experience with the new Sony TV. Is there another system that you would think works well with the A80J? If I had an A80J as my main TV, I would definitely be aiming for the A9, I think. Yeah. So, for the most part, I don't think there's going to be a better system than the A9 for that Sony TV. Especially the A80J. I think what was Brian said that the A80J sounded good with the center channel for the HT-A9, and then some people said that the X95J didn't sound as good. So I don't know. But I mean, Classy, you said the X95J's sound wasn't good, right? Like in comparison to the A80J, you said it was kind of bad. I think I remember you saying that. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but let's see. For some, it's 10 a.m. Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to do it. I wanted to roll into your guys' morning, wake up with KG, you know what I mean? And then for people on the East Coast, I have no idea. I don't know what you guys are doing up, but it's cool. 8:48 in the UK. Let me know what's a good time to stream for UK, for Germany, other European countries. Like, what's a good time to stream for you guys? Because I want to do one of these every month at least, and I could start later if that's something you guys prefer. Then I know like East Coast people would totally be sleeping, but I could do it. I stay up till like 3 a.m. my time, Pacific time every night, something like that, maybe 4 a.m. I'm a night owl, so it's not a big deal for me. And yeah, so Classy confirmed the X95J doesn't have great sound, which is disappointing. Like, that is really disappointing because the A80J sounds really good and the X95J doesn't. So, I'm still here. I don't know what just happened. I think I hit back on the button, and so I was saying the X95J. There was a review about it where, yeah, I hit back on my browser. I don't know why, but I saw the review on the X95J. I don't remember who it was. I'm sorry. But it was the X95J and the HT-A9, and they said that the X95J was not a good center channel for the A9. So, but Brian said that the A80J sounded good with the A9. So think about that one. Hey Ryan, Chicago in the house, 2:50 a.m. Nuts. You in class here, up late. Well, I mean, I'd probably be up late too. Ain't nothing else to do. Andrew Robinson, yeah, that's who it was. Okay, I just watched his other review just recently too on the X95J, and I think he was calling the A90J the X90J. I mean, people make mistakes, but that was throwing me off for sure. He seems like a good reviewer though. I enjoy his quality content. Like his quality is on point, man. Like I don't know how he got it looking so nice and lit up. So good. I need to get some lights, man. Couple other issues. Which what has a couple other issues? What you talking about? Hey Amanda, what's up? On the East Coast, up because I'm working, but I'm a night owl anyway. That's what's up. I'm a night owl, and I'd probably be up around this time as well. So I'll be up in 3 hours, which is gonna be like 3:51 my time. Crazy. 3:50 a.m. normal. Wow. A lot more East Coast people than I expected. Oh, the X95 review? Yeah. Yeah, there was some mistakes in there, but that's okay. I think everybody makes mistakes. Nothing wrong with it. As long as you correct them and you kind of call yourself out about it afterwards and say, like, well, my bad. Look, I see what I did here. And that's I encourage anybody, if you ever see me make a mistake in a video or a review, or just call me out on it. I'm okay with accepting that I was wrong. So there's nothing wrong with it. And Vamp says, I don't know if I believe the whole center channel thing with the A90J either. I just don't think the TV has a lot of punchiness to it. Yeah, that's one thing. Like they said, you really won't need the center channel, so it's gonna have to just be enhancing it a little bit. So it doesn't have to be super punchy. It doesn't have to be the main center channel. It's just gotta act as like just an enhancement to your center channel because it has its own Phantom center channel, which seems to do a good job according to all the reviewers. So if it just enhances it a little bit, that's probably what most people are looking for. Do what Q Symphony is supposed to do. And everybody that tried Q Symphony out, they love it. And they say that it does a really good job. So that's one I want to check out. I want to check that out. Eric, that's what I think I'm going to do as well. I think I'm going to go with the Samsung soundbar for my setup. But we don't know yet. I don't know yet. I could get the 950A and think it's not that good. So far, I like the Bose 900 and I like the Sonos Arc. I'm writing my comparison on that right now. And then Classy says, I don't think the center channel would work very well. It doesn't match the tiny speakers in the HT-A9 at all. Yeah, that was kind of a lot of people's concern about that, right? A lot of reviewers, though early, seem to be preferring the X95J to the QN90A. Though the QN90A 85-inch at 3300 has me interested. How do you feel about the two? And do you think the X95J 85 will drop? So I personally haven't seen the X95J. From what I heard about it, it seems like a pretty good TV. It seems like a pretty accurate TV out of the box. I think if you're more on the preferring the reference side of things, and you kind of want like the creator's intent more than anything else, then maybe the X95J is going to be more for you. And then you got the Sony processing as well. That's really good. But the QN90A is kind of undeniable at how bright it can get and just how punchy the picture is. I think that the QN98 personally is what I would go with over the two, especially at the price that they're at right now. And you're right, that 85 inch at 3300 seems ridiculous. Like that's a good deal. If you consider like the 77-inch OLEDs were just 3500 not too long ago. It's something to consider. Personally, since I haven't seen the X95J, I can't definitively say that the QN90A is better, but I think that I probably prefer the QN90A because I have seen the 950H, and a lot of people compare the X95J to the 950H. And I thought that the QN90A was going to be better than that. So, from what I saw. FOMO said the X95J is just as bright or brighter than the QN90A in content. I'd have to see that. I'd have to see that. That's interesting. Did you feel that as well, Classy, when you reviewed it? I know you reviewed it and you said it didn't get as bright as the QN90A. And Matthew, are you a gamer? Because if you're a gamer, I think that the QN90A is going to be the better gaming TV too as well. So I haven't looked it up yet, but did Apple release anything good yesterday? They announced the M1 Pro and then the M1 Max, which is an improvement of their M1 chips. They look really good. I wanted to cover it on this channel, I really did, but I didn't know. I don't know if too many people are interested in it. But I might. You never know. Let's see. I got a lot of stuff to do right now in terms of the channel, so I didn't quite have enough reason to do that one. But I want to. I love my M1 computer right now, or my M1 Mac computer. I don't know why I said that. I guess it is a computer. So raw numbers show that the QN90A is brighter, but in content, I always said the X95J was better than it measures. Interesting. How did you feel it did like in full screen gaming? Like just everything was equal. Could it get to the same amount of brightness as the QN90A? Because that TV was bright. In gaming, that TV was really bright. And then how do you think it compares in terms of the black bars? Like, because that's another thing where I think the QN90A probably beats it, right? Yeah, that would be interesting. Hopefully somebody does that soon. I wanted to do it, but I couldn't get a X95J in here. So unfortunately I couldn't do that. And I already checked out the QN90A, so I'd have to get that again. The APL on the X95J is super bright. I don't think there would be a substantial difference. QN90A wins for the black level though. Yeah, that's what I would think. So is it contrast wise? Do you think it's the QN90A is gonna be punchier picture because of that black level, or yeah, shout out Keep It Classy. Always a big help. Of course, he always streams with me on Friday. Good dude. Yeah, if almost should do a comparison of the two. That'd be cool. All right, let's see. Are you guys into computer components like graphics cards and stuff? Yeah, I think that's cool. RAM, those elements, to try to build a computer. Is that what you're talking about? I know Classy's super into that stuff. I used to be really into it. All right, Classy, take it easy, man. Um, Cowboys, man. Yeah, Cowboys are doing really good, huh? Way better than my Broncos are. Ah, man, the Broncos play on Thursday night football. It's gonna be scary. I'm scared. Yep, he's a PC hardware engineer. He's got to go. Got to go later. Later, Classy. Thanks for stopping by. Amanda, Cowboys fan too. Wow. Go Cowboys. Hey Jesse, man, no problem. It's good to be able to have multiple people that I can kind of lean on sometimes to talk to about this stuff as well. I love this community. I think it's cool. What TV do you recommend for sports under 3,000? Ooh. What size are you looking for? And what's the region 3,000 what? Oh, Vamps, I think the QN900A is like brighter for sure. A lot of people are saying that it's super bright compared to the QN90A. Um, 75 inch for sports. I like LCDs for sports unless you have a dark room. If you have a completely dark room, an OLED for sports is probably fine. Typically would try to get one where you can kind of control the lower luminance on that. So probably go with LG C1 or maybe a QN90A is where I would go. I don't know what region you're in, so I can't specifically recommend anything on that front just yet. But if those are in your price range, QN90A, X95J, maybe even, I would stick to those three. If you have a chance. The A80J would be cool too, but if you're somebody sensitive to dimming, if you're watching anything like anything with a scoreboard that stays static for a while, that could dim down for the A80J and the A90J. So I know some people have reported that to be a problem. Be interesting. All right. All right, we're gonna go for about 15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna wrap it up pretty soon here. I'm glad you guys came by. Say what's up. Like I said, I'll try to find a better time to do this. I don't know what a good time would be for the people that can't usually make it. But those of you that showed up, man, thank you. Means a lot. Yeah, Vamps, that's a good point. Like, so far on the 8K reviews that I've seen, a big complaint has been the blooming. Because there is more zones, because the TV has to display more pixels overall, you just have more issues with blooming. So that's one thing that is always a concern. Blooming is going to be an issue. I think that if you're somebody that's sensitive to blooming, 8K is probably not the way to go. But they do typically seem to be brighter. Yes, Steven, I wish I could help you more. Hopefully that helps though. Caleb's glowing review for the Z9J has me really FOMOing for it. But 6,500 right now, 75 inch. versus say the 85-inch 3300 QN98. Yeah. To me, I wouldn't I wouldn't FOMO for it. Just because everybody that I know that's seen it, um, in a stressful kind of environment for it. And I mean, if you ever watch a movie with the lights off or anything like that, you're gonna notice some blooming. So it's like it's gonna be really interesting that paying that much money and then having those issues with blooming might be like a big red flag for me. But I'm sure the picture quality is insane, and I'm sure the brightness is insane. Um, but an 85-inch QN98, I would go with that. Like that's just a good deal. That's just a really good deal. What's up, Sleepy? 3 a.m. I think that's a funny name. Sleepy TV at 3 a.m. Talking to me at 3 a.m. That's what's up. What's up, man? Um, you think the Sony Z9J did it wrong by not doing mini LED? I don't know. Um, I thought Sony would go with mini LED, but it's hard to say. Would that help? I'm not sure. I'm not sure because you could still have issues with mini LED as the QNED showed, and then like the TCL last year kind of had some blooming issues as well. Was the 8 series? I think it was. Um, Here's Esteban says, does the logo luminance dim the entire screen? I have it turned off on my G1, but I watch a lot of sports. Um, it usually does. For the most part, I think the way that LG does their algorithm is a little bit different. And if you're gonna have like the scene often change, then I don't think you would have the problem. But if it's a static kind of image, sort of the same kind of pitch at the same time, like watching sports, soccer, is gonna maybe be an issue since there's not a lot of commercial breaks on that one. For football, for like American football, um, that's gonna be less of an issue, I think, because there's like commercial breaks. But I haven't heard a lot of people complaining too much about the dimming for sports, on the G1 or on the C1, to be honest with you. I don't know. Is that an issue for anybody? I wonder. Out, dude. Mini LED is cool, but it seems like a stopgap for the next tech. Yeah, it does seem like a stopgap, but for the most part, I think it does a really good job, and I think maybe it's a little underrated in terms of the way people look at it. There's a lot of there's a lot of unnecessary hate for mini LED. And you know, every piece of tech has its own problems, but I just think that you can get some pretty good black levels on mini LED, and I think that's what's sort of impressive about it. Yeah, I would like to see what Sony does with mini LED. I don't think we're gonna see it though. I really don't think we're gonna see it. What are the current deals on the Q958? Right now it's $12.99, but it's sold out everywhere. So I haven't seen a chance to get it yet. I should have bought it when I had a chance, but I had the Bose 900 and Sonos Arc out already, so it's like I didn't want to put too much money on the things. But I do want to get the 950A soon. Yeah, I like mini LED. I do. Um, yeah, the zone count probably is what's hurting the Z9, I think. QN98 with the XR processor would be a killer. That'd be sick. I'll say this about Samsung's processing though, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not too far behind. There's some things that they can work on a little bit, but I do think they're the second best processing in TV right now. Not counting like Panasonic and Philips because I haven't seen them. Uh, 85 QN98 or 85 X95J. I haven't seen the X95J, but based on my specific style, I just love bright, super bright TVs, and QN98 seems to be brighter. A lot of people are saying that the X95J might be just as bright in terms of like the way it looks, which I don't know. Brightness numbers say that the QN90A is brighter, but I guess the X95J is brighter than it looks. It's one of those things I wish I could try it out. I got to see it myself because I can't really judge, but I can tell you the QN90A impressed me. I liked it a lot. They're on Amazon right now? Okay. I have to pick it up then. I have to pick it up. I wish they would just let me do the exchange for it. Unfortunately, I have to just go to take it back to Amazon, and then I have to wait like 30 days or something for to go back on my card. It's all good to figure that one out when it gets there. Vamps, yeah. I think people hate mini LED for no reason sometimes. The initial reviews that came out of the QN90A, I was really shocked by them, to be honest with you. I was like, when I got the QN90A, I was like, this is a good TV. And I put it up against the Q90T, and that's another TV everybody hated on too. Everybody hated on the Q90T, and it's a good TV. Like, I didn't understand it. I think that you can get some really bad panels, and then that's probably an issue. And then, of course, the inverse ghosting that the Q90T had was terrible. But they fixed that, luckily. But for the most part, like, mini LED is not bad. It's probably the best LCD you can get in terms of black levels right now. But then you hear the argument of, well, why would you get a LCD for black levels if you can just get an OLED? But if somebody wants an LCD and they want good black levels, it's achievable. Like, it's not something that you can just say that it's not possible. It's definitely achievable. And the QN90A proves that. And a clean panel would make a world of difference. Unfortunately, there is not really a guarantee of that. And you can get the dirty panel on pretty much any brand. So that's what people really want to. I want people to really realize that you are at risk at getting a dirty panel with any brand. So Vamps, that's really interesting. Like, I think if you are getting a QN900A and like it was going to be a higher size model, QC is not a bad idea, because you don't want to get the TV home and it's just bad. I would say like anything over 65 inches where it's going to be like a hassle to return. If it's an LCD TV, no matter what the brand is, like, I would think about getting QC if you can. Or if at least you can check it out in store before you buy it. I don't know, maybe some people let you get the open box models. Honestly, some of the open box models I had checked out in store before I bought them were cleaner panels than when I bought new stuff. So that's interesting. Hey, Michael, what's up, man? Good to see you. Buying all TVs, take a risk. Yeah, exactly. 37 people right now, and it's like 1 a.m. This is nuts. Thanks for showing up, guys. It's really cool. I did not expect this. I got lucky, and B got lucky with the QN90A. Yeah, did B have a good QN90A panel? It's interesting. I had an okay one. It was a little splotchy in the middle though. I wouldn't have took it back. I don't think. Because I have seen worse dirt screen effect. Oh, you said B got unlucky. All right, all right. I read that wrong. My bad. Forgive me. 47 people in here now. Wow. What the heck? I support good people. Thank you. Um, yeah, B did have a bad QN90. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I just read it wrong. I have a room where I run the TV like 16 hours a day. I burned in a 2017 OLED, really bad in 3.5 years, so I need an LCD for that room. I still have an OLED for another room. Yeah, those 2017 OLEDs, man. Um, they had some issues, but for the most part, I played a lot of games on mine, and I got lucky to not get burned in on my 2017 OLED. But there was one instance where I seen the YouTube like menu bar get burned into the screen. And I didn't even use YouTube that much back in the day. It was weird. So like logos and stuff, and or maybe like app buttons and stuff was a big problem. This is before they introduced the anti-burn-in tech, which was the like logo luminance reduction, which was one of the reasons why they did that, was those bright static elements. And then also they readjusted the way that some of their panels work too. But for the most part, I think that it's gotten a lot better. And for me personally, like my use case, I don't know what, for whatever reason, I don't turn my TV off much. I like to get up and like walk away and just kind of leave it on. And so like if you get an OLED, you do kind of have to turn it off, which some people got to do that, right? Like I don't know. You could definitely be more careless with an LCD. There's no doubt about it. Um, yeah, you got burning because of Forza. Playing a lot of Forza can do that as well. Um, yeah, that's a good point. Like if you're spending that much on a TV, just get the QC if you can. Otherwise, you might, regret it. I turn off my TV a couple times a day. Yeah. I'll say this. One thing that I kind of was getting upset about with the TCL6 series, and nobody else seems to have this problem. I haven't seen it on the forums or anything. It just seems to be my set. If you don't like do a hard shut off of the TCL6 series, sometimes the internet thing just goes off, which it's not a big deal for me because I just use Apple TV. But if I was using the onboard apps, that was going to get kind of annoying. I still haven't found a fix for that, other than just like hard powering off the TV, which is you just go into the menus and you do auto. Well, I think it's called quick start. You turn off quick start, and then you just have to wait for your TV to turn on. So like wait for the logos to spin up and stuff. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying. Let's see. Yep. 15,000 hours in about 3 years watching Pro CSGO, and I got little 8Ks icons burnt in. That's hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, a lot of free time apparently. Let's see. I'm glad I didn't have any issues with my C1. I don't think you will unless you are doing the same thing over and over. Like, and that's all you do. Like, I wonder how long it'll take for my C1 to burn in. Since I use it as a computer monitor and I edit all the time on it. And I'll let you guys know the first time I get burning on it, I will post a video about it and I'll talk about it. But for the most part, like, I think most people will be fine. I think most people will be fine. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get an OLED for a PC monitor or for my Mac, but I'm glad I did. I love this pixel density, and I think it's really sick. The only thing I don't like, but even it's not that big of a deal, is sometimes you will see the ASBL kick in, but it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Um, oh, cool. You had the Best Buy warranty. Yeah, that's good. I would say, like, if you play a lot of games and a lot of the same game, that Best Buy warranty will come in handy. And the cool thing about the Best Buy warranty is, like, if something happens, like, you basically just get a new TV 3 years later if it's for a 3 year warranty. So that's kind of cool. Um, let's see. Yeah, yeah, it's all about use case, and that is definitely a use case not everybody has. No burn-in or image retention after 8 months. That's pretty good. AKG was the Best Buy on the way to sell my TV. If you know any, I have a 55-inch QN90A and I want to get a 65-inch QN90A or a 65-inch C1. Are you asking me which one you want to get? Let's see. For these two, I really think it depends on what technology you like the best. And did you like the QN90A? Like, what was your use case for the QN90A? And when you had that, I'm guessing you're taking it back because you just want a bigger size. But did you like the actual picture quality of the QN90A? Is there anything that bugs you about it? Let's see. I paid 1,800 for a 7K LG wallpaper OLED. Whoa. The warranty replaced the panel, which cost 2,600. But yes, they had inventory, so replaced it. Wow, that's crazy. Wow. Oh, I got this question, and I haven't seen it yet. I've been trying to look for it, and I still have not seen the new firmware yet. So, if it is out in the U.S., I can't find it. I've been looking on that website where I usually get it, and I haven't seen it yet. So maybe I have to look into it some more, but I don't think it's available for the US just yet. Or if it is, I'm just not looking at the right spot. But I will. I will check it out once I get a chance to. Uh, what's your opinion on the QN98 HDR versus OLED? Um, for the most part, I do think that there's going to be instances where a brighter image is going to be a benefit to HDR for QN90A. I think that that much is going to be clear in like bigger elements on the screen, and then in the smaller highlights, it's definitely going to be an advantage to an OLED. So I guess it's going to come down to like your picture preference. If you're in a dark room, then the brightness factor won't matter as much. I think OLED is plenty bright for a darker room, especially if you can get it pitch black. The QN90A does have more picture pop in general in terms of the HDR output is just going to be more impressive for the most part. I think so anyway. But that said, when it comes to anything involving night scenes and some things where you would expect things to look like it's supposed to be in the darkness, OLED does a really good job of giving you that contrast. At times, crushing a little bit, but the QN98 crushes a little bit too. So that's something you sort of have to deal with both sets. But I do think that you're going to see a little bit more of a lighter type uh, black on some night scenes. So that's one thing you'll have to keep in mind. QN98 is not quite OLED black, but of course it's close. So I think if it depends on what you want. They're both good. They're both really good. And if you've seen my side by side video, you'll see that I think that the QN98 does a good job most of the time, and then the C1 will kind of destroy it in those darker scenes. But for the most part, like when it comes to bright scenes, like the QN98 is the clear winner on that. So it definitely comes down to like what your preference is. What do you watch the most? And no problem, Matthew. Thank you for tuning into them. Much appreciated. You turn off tone mapping or turn on it, or do you turn it off? For like the LGC one, I for the most part will turn it off. I use HDIG for gaming. For HDR, I mostly leave it off. I think most of the HDR I watch on the C1 is going to be Dolby Vision, and there's some aspects where I'll turn on HDR tone mapping for certain games that don't have HDIG. Like for example, baseball game, like MLB The Show, or like even Madden. I think I turn on HDR tone mapping. But for the most part, I think HGIG is where I go if you're talking gaming. So I don't have the U8G anymore, so I can't test it out. But that wasn't my only issue with the U8G. I wasn't a big fan of the game mode in general for 120 hertz. I thought it was a little bit lacking. So the colors just didn't do it for me. I like the colors in everything but gaming. For the most part, I haven't seen anything with the UAG past what I reviewed of it, and I do have a gaming review on it, talking about what I experienced with it, but I haven't published it yet. And I will note that it got fixed. So it's good that they fixed it. I'm glad that they fixed it. I still think that overall the TCL 6 series is better than the U8G in terms of games. Ada Mouse, what's up? Really confused between the A80J and the G1 65-inch. XR versus Evo panel. So both of these are going to be Evo panel most of the time. So you have that for you. I don't think the Evo panel should be a concern for you. And is LG's processing that much worse? It's not much worse. I think it depends on what you do. I think if you're a gamer, you should go with the G1. And if you're not a gamer and you just watch movies and stream, I would go A80J. That's how I kind of feel about that. I just think I'll keep saying it. Like reality creation is like really, really good on these XR TVs. But as in terms of the panel, most of the time you get an Evo panel with both of these. But it is definitely more of a panel lottery with the A80J. And then on the A80J, you definitely get more of image retention. So if image retention is something that could bother you, then maybe that's something to get the G1 for. Yeah, it's totally fine. I love my Q90T. I think it's great. So I'm with you. I think that between the Q90T and the C1, I think they're both really good TVs. And for the most part, if I'm playing a bright game, I'm playing it on a Q90T. You know, if I'm playing a dark game, I'm playing it on the C1. If I'm playing like Call of Duty, I'm probably playing it on the C1. I just love how smooth and fluid FPS is on OLEDs. But it's close. It is closer than it's kind of perceived to be, I guess. 50 people watching. I was gonna sign off, but there's 50 people and some questions keep coming in, so go for a little bit longer. Um, let's see. I'll make sure I hit everybody's questions here. Also, thank you to the people that are watching. Um, really, really awesome for coming by. And if this is a normal time you guys would like to see me stream every month, then I could do it. I could do it. Yeah, I might just switch it up sometimes. I got 52 people here. That's pretty cool. I was just afraid that it was just gonna be dead air, and I was just talking to like 10 people, which is fine as long as they're asking questions. But otherwise, you're probably just gonna see me just kind of sitting here on the microphone. Thank you for staying up with us, KG. I stay up all the time, so it's no big deal to me. 9:30 a.m. in the UK, so it's easier. Yeah, I understand. That's exactly why I wanted to do it. I wanted to hit some UK people. I wanted to hit some EU people. They show me love so much in the comments that I want to show you guys love back and stream for you, let you guys ask questions live because why not? Yes, we all have unhealthy sleep schedules. You're right. Um, I really messed my sleep schedule up back when I was like, oh, I don't want to like out myself on my age, but like, so let's just say like 10 years ago, I started working at like a warehouse and a night shift. And after that, schedule was done. Hey, what's up, man? 10 a.m. in Amsterdam. So this is good. I'm glad you were able to make it. That's cool. Yep. I'm up at 4 a.m. That's crazy. That's actually not, I can't say that's crazy. I've stayed up till 4 a.m. a lot lately. So, does the TCL Google have bugs? Yes, it does. So there's a bug I encountered. Doesn't happen much, but when you just kind of leave it on the Google like home screen, sometimes it'll flash and try to like refresh. And I don't know what's going on with that, but I have to turn off the TV in order to get it to stop. And then of course I mentioned the Wi-Fi issue. So yeah, it's definitely buggy. Need to get a good firmware update. I would say if you're getting the TCL, um, just be prepared to like maybe use an external streaming device. It's an excellent TV, and picture quality wise, I don't see any bugs with like any of the picture quality. I don't see any like artifacting with motion or anything like that. I don't see anything that is going to be a detriment to your experience watching the TV. But if you're going to be using the OS, yeah, it's got some bugs. But Google TV in general has some bugs. Like with the A80J, I had the same issue with the Wi-Fi. So I don't think it's a TCL issue. I think it is like a Google TV issue that is built into the TVs. So that like a MediaTek issue. Do you think Sony will have 4 HDMI 2.1 ports? I don't. I really don't. Sony would have to start making their own ports and not use MediaTek. Unless MediaTek comes up with a new chip which features 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Is the C1 sharper than the Q90T? This C1 is sharper because it's 48 inch, but when I had the C1 next to the 55 inch QN90A C1, because that was 55 inch versus 55 inch, I would say not much sharper. I don't even think it was sharper, to be honest with you. I think they're pretty even. I really like the Samsung processing is really good. Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way. Same thing with Samsung. I don't see it. I don't see it. EverQuest? Wow. Yeah, I played a few games when I was younger. Played Counter-Strike a ton. Oh man, I played Counter-Strike 1.6 all the time. So, yeah, I definitely played some Counter-Strike. Um, let's see. I'll try to hit all these questions I missed. You think Sony could make their own chips? You think that. You would also think that Sony would have a TV ready for their PlayStation 5. And you would also think that PlayStation 5 would have VRR launch, but it doesn't. Sony is a weird bird when it comes to those from TV and console working together, even though like their updates coming up is going to work really well with the PlayStation 5, give it kind of that HGIG almost. So that's cool. I'm glad they're doing that at least. I believe the Q90T does use MediaTek as well. Yeah, it's just LG makes their own chips, so that's why they have the four HDMI 2.1 ports. I think Vizio makes their own chips too. They have like a separate, or I don't know where they get their chips from, but they separated their ARC port from their HDMI 2.1 port. So they have two like individual HDMI 2.1 ports and a dedicated ERC, which is nice. It's kind of cool. Um, let's see. I was kind of disappointed in what I saw from Vizio's. I thought they were going to show out more TVs this year, but they kind of carried over their TV lineup, unfortunately. And they need to fix a few things. I want to give Vizio like a real chance though. I don't want to write them off because I have an M series and I like it. It's just the chances of it not turning on is very likely, and sometimes I have to unplug the TV to get it to start. For those of you that were asking about Vizio, TechMed, what's up, man? I know, like, what am I doing live? I went live so that people in Europe and in the UK can say what's up, and I'm glad you were able to make it. I didn't realize you were at work, but you know, that's how it is. I guess everybody works. I don't know what a good time is to stream to hit everybody. Like, I'm trying to figure that out. I want to do at least once a month where I can stream at like this weird time like this sometime. And we'll see. Maybe it'll have to be like a weekend or something. I don't know. Maybe Saturday night, Saturday at this time. I don't know. Most people don't work on Sundays, so maybe that'll hit better. Like Saturday night my time. So it would be. I guess it would be Sunday in the morning my time. I'm just confusing myself, but yeah, maybe something like that would work. I don't know. I definitely have to get like some things to talk about though. Anytime. Stream anytime. Just go live whenever I want. I thought about it. Um I was also thinking about streaming some games, but I don't know how many people would be interested in that. Um I like to play some weird games. I like to play. I don't know if you guys ever played like Slay the Spire or I just like some strategy games, like some slow-paced strategy games that I could talk and play at the same time. I could answer questions but still play at the same time. Like something like that would be kind of cool. Um, I think that would be more time filling. Also, I could play like Gang Beasts. That's kind of funny. I don't have to really. I can lose some rounds and answer questions still, but that's more of like an active game. Um, on weekends, it would be fine for many people in Europe. I was thinking that too. Yeah, maybe weekends. I'll try to, if we can get a lot of people to come through on the weekend, do one of those. That might work. I'll try to make that happen, Rainer. I'll try to make that happen. That'd be cool. You said they're making a chip manufacturing in Japan. Interesting. Hmm. Maybe there is hope. Maybe there is hope. 10:40 a.m. right now. Yeah, it's not bad, I guess. Uh, yeah, Vizio does need better quality control to compete. Yeah, I was thinking that's why I made it 12. I was like, I think that'll probably hit more people. Uh, I know that it's rough for people on the East Coast, but yeah. Um, if I could hit some West Coast and then even the people that stay up in the East Coast, that works too. Um, KG, do you make music? Yeah, I make music all the time. Not as much as I used to, because I do this. This is my full-time job pretty much right now. So I've just been kind of grinding and doing the little things, but somehow I'm making it work barely, but it's still cool. Music has definitely slowed down though. I used to do a lot better with music, but as I haven't really put a lot of time into music as I used to. But I love music for sure. I use Ableton Live to make my music, but I'm looking into trying Logic as well. Um, Eventually I want to start another channel which is going to be about music with my best friend. He's an R&B artist. He's really talented. He's also an audio engineer. He's really talented. And I think putting him on YouTube would be awesome on another channel. So something I'm going to look into in the future once I figure out how to streamline this a little bit more and get content out a little bit easier, make videos. I'm starting to get better at editing, that's for sure. So things are starting to speed up a lot. What kind of music? Mixture of music. So we do like, for the most part, the beats that I make are gonna be like hip hop or lo-fi, sometimes trap, sometimes EDM. Like we kind of mix it up. R&B, like lo-fi R&B, I guess is what like I would describe my kind of beat style as. I just like really like kind of this new like lo-fi type vibe. It's pretty cool. Typically, I honestly like listening to music without words more than anything now. So I kind of listen to like beats more than I listen to music. Just some of the music is just kind of bad now, honestly. I used to be a big hip hop fan, but can't get with some of the trap and stuff that's out there right now. I made a lot of music. It's a lot less now, but I still do it. I love it and need it. Exactly, that's how I feel. It's exactly how I feel. I make it less, but I still love it and I still need to do it. It's just in my blood, man. Music is in my blood. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll upload some. I haven't uploaded any in a long time. So everything that I have on the internet right now is like super old. Um, Let me see. Griffin says, "I'm hoping you can help." RTX 3090. Wow. That's a really good card. PS5 going to the A80J. Should I get the 8K Vroom HDMI splitter? Um, let's see. I'm not sure. What are you trying to do exactly? You're trying to get two signals to split, or are you trying to just get a switcher? I'm kind of confused on what you're trying to do exactly. What are you trying to get your setup to do? Words are just melody for me. I don't care about the lyrics. That's how I feel most of the time, honestly. But it's sad because I still love good music with good lyrics as well because songwriting is such a talent that is rare these days. Later, Rainer. Thanks for stopping by, man. Always good to see you. Um, let's see. Yeah, if you want to update me on that, Griffin, I'll try to help you a little bit more. If you're talking about just you need an extra HDMI 2.1 port, that splitter that I reviewed seems to work really good. It's not splitter, sorry, it's a switcher. As of right now, I haven't seen any splitters that work. I haven't tried the 8K Vroom HDMI splitter, so you want to have multiple HDMI 2.1 capabilities. So you're looking for a switcher then, unless you're trying to get, unless you're trying to split the 4K 120 hertz signal, then you really want to get a switcher. So if you want an extra port, try out that switcher that I have reviewed on my channel. It works for me. It works for a lot of people. It is very cheap, and I can't guarantee it's gonna work forever. I really don't know the longevity of it, but so far it hasn't failed on me. So try that out. Maybe that will be a good solution for you. What do you think of the LG C2? Will it get an Evo panel and also a heatsink? For the most part, I'm not really sure. Really, this is kind of my guess. My prediction is that I think what they're going to do, and I think Classy and I kind of vibe with the same reasoning for this, is C2 will kind of just be that Evo panel. I think everything's probably going to get upgraded to an Evo panel most likely. The heatsink, I don't see that on the C2. I see that on a different model. So like maybe like an F2. I don't know. Maybe they'll like invent a new model. I could see them coming up with a new SKU to promote the heatsink. So they could say the heatsink, because I don't think the heatsink will be on the G1. It'll be not really fitting the design for that. So I do see them making like a different letter model, like an E series or something. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Griffins, try out that HDMI switcher. I think it's like $36.99 right now on Amazon. It's not bad. Yeah, they might have to call it something else. I don't know. All right. Billy P says he switched out his QN900A after several 65 defective QN90As. So you went from a QN90A that was kind of giving you issues with the uniformity to a QN900A, and that one is clean. That's awesome, man. Kind of like a really good reward for you at the end of the day. Like all that pain that you went through, and you finally got a panel, and it ends up being just a super clean panel on a TV that ends up being better for you and probably better in the long run for you. That's awesome. Are you noticing any? What are the differences you're noticing other than like uniformity from going from a QN90A to a QN900A? I'd love to hear about that because not many people have experiences to share with that. So that'd be really cool to hear. Yeah, I don't see the heatsink being on all the models. It's just too expensive. Um, all right. Yeah, Billy, if you could let us know how that experience is going from the QN90A to the QN900A, let me know that how it is in the chat, or even like throw it in the comments for this video. Gonna wrap it up here in just like 5 minutes or so. I said I was gonna wrap it up like 15 minutes ago, like 30 minutes ago. I do that a lot. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here soon. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Anybody who threw a super chat my way, thank you again to you guys. I appreciate everybody for coming by all the time. And then for you guys to have 45 people, we had like 55 people at one time at almost 2 o'clock in the morning, my time. That's insane. That's insane. So I'm gonna hit a few questions before I go out here. Anthony coming through says, C1 83-inch worth the extra 1500 over the 77-inch G1. 5500 versus 4000. 1500 difference. I think I would probably do that. In most cases, like if you're talking an A80J 77 inch versus a C1 83 inch, I couldn't justify that 2500, but 1500 maybe. That's tough. That is tough. I don't know. What would you guys in chat do? Would you think this is worth the extra 1500? Would you pay 1500 more to get a couple more inches, a little bit lesser TV? Not pretty much the same TV, honestly. Like an 83 inch is supposedly very similar to a G1. It's from what I've heard. And Griffins, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that, man. Good night, Amanda. Thank you for coming by. And Michael says, no, I would not do it. Oh, yep. Don't forget the extended warranty. That's true. With the G1, you do get the extended warranty on that one. 5 years. Weird that they didn't put that on the 83 inch, but I guess if they put it on the 83 inch, then they would have had to put it on all the C1s. You would target the G1? Interesting. Yeah, maybe. Especially if you're wall mounting it. Like the G1 on the wall looks really clean. Do you think the C1 65-inch price will go down? That's tough. 1699 is the lowest I've seen it. I saw that at the PX. I could see it maybe going to 1699. 1799 is what it's at now, I think. It's about where I think it is. But then keep in mind, like I've been mentioning, if you buy any TV right now, as long as you have your return policy and you have a price match guarantee, you're good to go until Black Friday. Like just buy your TV if you have the funds for it. Because if it goes down, then you're covered. But for the most part, I don't see it dropping much more than that. $16.99 is like the lowest I could see it going. But the 55-inch will be $12.99. All right. All right. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'm going to wrap it up right here. I appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome. We'll try to do this again sometime soon. I'll let you guys know ahead of time. Like I'll let you guys know like way ahead of time next time, not just do it on a whim. Thanks to everybody for stopping by. And I hope you all have a good rest of your night. Good morning if you're overseas. And yeah, take it easy, guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for stopping by. And make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Helps out the channel. If you guys did enjoy the stream, of course. And then if you want to leave a comment, that also helps out as well. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Well, one more super sticker on the way out. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. Have a good night, everybody. And wait, Billy P is answering the question. This is what a lot of us wanted to know, actually. QN90A versus QN900A. He says the APL is slightly higher on the QN90A, but the specular highlights were brighter on the QN900A, slightly brighter. And the QN900A has a little bit better shadow detail and is sharper in its upscaling. Low-res content. Interesting. Yeah, so the QN900A has that built-in AI chip that has like multiple neural networks attached to it. And like I said, I love the processing in Samsung TVs, and the QN900A just looks incredible in terms of processing. So that's also good to hear. QN90A going to QN900A, awesome. Congrats on such a cool TV too. Later, everybody. Good night, everybody. See you next time. I will be streaming Friday with the Classy. Wait, no, Saturday. Also because of the 10K celebration. Yeah. That'll be off-topic stream. See you guys there, hopefully, if you can make it. If not, no worries. See you in the next one.